Right, welcome to another episode of Money Fridays. This is your dosage of financial literacy before you blow it this weekend. All right, we have a special guest in the house. And if I miss anything, you big yourself up because you're doing a lot. So I'll make sure I read exactly what we got. Well, first of all, we have a platinum selling artist. Yeah?
I like
both
that.
Solo and in a group.
No.
Okay, so it's in the group. That's fine.
Later.
So platinum selling artist in a group, but you've had a top 10 by yourself.
I have more than one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Mobo Award winner.
Yes.
Brit Award winner.
Yes.
All right. First lady is so solid.
Amen.
Yeah. Entrepreneur. We've even heard other things you're doing. I thought it was just a rum we're talking about today, but we're going to talk about a whole load.
Yes.
A mother as well.
Yes.
A
Grandmother as
Yes.
well.
Wow, yeah.
Come on. Let these kids have kids.
Amen.
We got Lisa Maffia in the house. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for
This is
having
very
me.
nostalgic
Is it?
for me. Like, this is very interesting to sit down and talk with you.
Thank
Like,
you.
that's just
There's not a lot of people we talk to that who are like, I grew up.
listening to you. Yeah.
Some people,
yeah.
it's like we started listening to them like 6-7 years ago. Like we grew up. It's different. We grew up
Literally,
listening to you.
before you could go to the shop without your, like, by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that.
You might have to,
Primary
your older
school.
brothers or you're
Someone
going,
has to
someone's
take
taking you to school. Like, them times there. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. Where do we
Is this our first So Solid member? I think it is.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
We
I
have
feel
no one else.
privileged.
Yeah.
So
First
solid.
ladies,
Yeah.
first 90.
Shoot.
Yay.
I know there's better than, but we ain't none of them. Shoot.
So, like, I want to. So where did
where,
you grow
who,
up?
what, why?
In fact,
I grew up in Brixton. But I was a little tomboy and I was a little tearaway and I used to venture down to Battersea.
Right.
I grew up in Brixton and Brixton's great, but it's like a small town. Like everybody knows everybody. So when you're like, I'm bored of this. Like I didn't hang out with any of the girls. I was always hanging out with the
Well
boys.
done. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was always hanging out with the boys. And the boys get older and they have girlfriends, so then there's no place for you as a girl guy.
Girlfriend, yeah.
So I'm a girl guy. So I ended up venturing out. I went to secondary school in Norwood. I had a good friend.
What school?
No, I went
we're
Norwood
from
Girls.
We're from
Norwood
South,
Girls,
so we
So I
know.
went Charles
Okay.
Brook. And I went
Okay, we went
Chips, Eds,
Tennyson's,
and
Sacred
Bacon.
Heart.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah, we
you?
went
Just down the
Tennyson's,
road,
yeah.
Tennyson's.
See, I hated that school. I was
Tennyson's?
out.
Of course.
No, not Tennessee.
Oh,
Sacred Heart.
No, it's
Charles
Charles
Edward.
Brook. Charles
Right.
Edward Brook. It was just yuck.
Yeah.
I hated the teachers. I hated the vibe. I ended up falling out with loads of girls in there. As I said, I was a tomboy, so didn't really get down to girls. It's all girls' school. It's get me
Yeah.
out. So I ended up going to another girls' school because my mum wanted us in girls' school. It was like this thing back in the day. Your mum thought it'd protect you if you're in all girls' school.
Yeah.
This time it made girls even more hungry for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. When they see man, it's like, oh my God, it's man.
Oh my God, is he looking at me? Oh my
There's a
God, he's
male
coming to the
outside the
school.
gates.
You know they're mad at that. He's coming to the school.
Yeah.
How did the
You
word
don't tell.
spread that they're coming?
I don't know.
How word spread that girls are coming?
How did we know we had no phones? How did we know they
I
were
don't
coming?
know.
It's like you
Crazy.
smell them in the air. The boys are coming.
Today, what's going on?
They're coming. My mum put me into Nord Girls because my sister was already there.
Yeah.
And I met one of my best friends. I grew up with her. Jeline, she actually had friends from Battersea and family from Battersea, so I ended up in Battersea around the boys.
Right.
The girls, as normal, end up getting bored of the boys and getting on their way. Where I was like, "Come on, let's steal a bike. Like, yeah, let's ride. Let's ride out." Like, I was a proper
Naughty.
tomboy, naughty girl. Not naughty. I still had my wits about me.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't. I don't know. I think it's probably because I wasn't that attractive when I was a kid. Like,
Right.
I was that cute, but I wasn't sexy.
Right.
You know, like, I had like the things come in, like breasts came in, but I was covering it up. I wanted to wear
Right.
boys' clothes, like wear the tracksuits and stuff. So I don't think I was that fancied by the boys. to
They
be
didn't
fair.
know though. Like you were hiding it as well.
Yeah,
so-
I was hiding it as well. I was trying to be one of the man them. So I think I fell in with the boys that way. And I also was, I'm sorry, I'm rushing, is that I ended up in Battersea and they were So Solid boys. They are the So Solid
That's
boys.
Mega Man
So so I've known them since I was 12, 13 years old. I ended up dating G-Man.
Okay.
I knew him from a kid, 13 years old. Ended up dating when I was 19, nearly 20. And then I ended up with him for a while, and then they asked me to do Oh No, Sentimental Things. So that's how that came about. But it's because I was childhood's
right.
I always thought, I'm sure there's a video,
yes,
So Solid video in Brandon Estate.
Brandon Estate,
you know,
in Kenneton.
In Kenneton.
Would we say Kenneton? It's
We done Oh No in Battersea.
You know, sometimes blocks all look alike.
They were designed the same way.
Badger,
I always thought
Stanley.
it was like So Solid. Obviously, Megs is from Battersea, but like I always thought, because obviously Asher was from Peckham as well.
That's right, yeah.
So then it was hard to like pinpoint. Okay, but where are
they
they
from?
from?
Where are you guys from?
Brandon is like on the corner of
Brandon?
Camberwell, next to Brixton, in the middle of Wolf. It's like it's in the middle of like pretty much all of them. Brandon is like
there was only 3 of us from Brixton. Face, Scat D, and myself. I think Nooch actually.
Where did you live in Brixton?
Everyone was from like
I lived
places.
on Barrington Road, Angeltown Estate. Like
not
Angeltown Estate.
But
I
you
went to
was
St.
like
John's.
in that.
It's Angeltown Estate. It's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Loughborough Estate. I think they would have called it.
Because
Right.
Brandon is on the same road as Charles Edward Brooke, essentially. You know, like Charles Edward Brooke is
that's
on
one
the
of
left.
down
Mansfield
there.
Estate.
No, because that's more into
Where the
Brixton.
submarine is, I called it.
You know, like you see, some of us
Did
we've
you call
never
it a
like
submarine?
really been into Brixton like that. I've never been Mansfield in my life.
Really?
Oh,
I used to have PE there.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I've never been Angeltown or Mansfield in my life.
Oh yeah.
In my
man.
life.
Yeah.
What am I doing
This
there?
is why he's still with us.
I'm joking. What am I going there for? No.
Wow.
No chance.
So what was the makeup of the home like? Is it mum and dad in the house? You said you got a sister. Do you have brothers at all, or just all girls?
No, it was just myself, my mum, and my sister.
Okay.
We were 3 best friends. Nice. We done everything together. Even when I got in trouble outside, I used to go home to my mum because it was fear of her, but not fear enough not to tell her because she was like our best friend. Like she had our back on everything. You know, she would find her way out. My mum was a bit of a tearaway as well. So.
Right.
So
So we're like, listen, you can't tell us. We know what he was like as a kid.
Got
You know, my mum is Italian white and she was with the black guys. So yeah, you was a tearaway. Okay, as far as your family are concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
When I was
Back
growing up,
then.
I was like, oh, so that's where Mafia came from, probably.
Yeah,
Italian.
that's right. Yeah, it's my real name. A lot of people still think just the sort of cross of me being in So Solid that it must be a stage name, but it's not. It's actually
What Mafia is that?
It's my real name.
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You know when your name...
You was destined for road.
You
was destined for
Granddad,
road.
thank you.
What's your last name? Oh yeah, come join us.
Come to the streets.
You don't even need
So
a
you're half
stage.
Italian?
So you know what? This is mad as well. I just done one of them DNA tests.
Oh yeah.
I'm a bag of mix-up. I have Italian. I am Polish. I am Ghanaian. I am
course.
Togo.
I knew it.
You know what's crazy with this? What did you do? Ancestry?
Yeah, I did.
Because my wife did one maybe 2 years ago, and at one point she was 27% Nigerian. But it updates as more people take the test. It updates over time. So check
What
it.
do you mean? So I'm gonna keep changing?
Yeah.
Look, I'm already biracial.
I'm
I'm as confused as it is. Please, slow down.
She used to be Norwegian. Now she's not anymore.
Oh wow.
You know, like she was
Crazy.
Nigerian. Now she's more Ivorian. Because as more people take the test,
They find more of your
there's more
ancestors
data
and that,
for them
yeah.
to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
actually,
Very
you're more from
true.
here, more from there.
So
So
what, do you get an update every now and then, or do you have
just
to pay
go.
again?
No,
I'm
you
not
just
paying again.
I'm
not paying again.
you just go on the app and it will update in real time. It's crazy. So, so your mum was born here or born in
No,
Italy?
here. Everyone's here. Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
here.
everyone's here,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Is your mum's mum still about?
My mum's just gone. My nonna, yeah, she's just gone. My nana Mafia.
Because you would have 5 generations of Mafias.
Yeah.
You know, like you see it on TikTok sometimes. They bring in the 2 months.
Yeah.
Could have ran it quickly.
Yeah, I know. My
Oh.
nonna's just
Was she
gone.
here?
Sorry about
My
that.
mum, my nan was here. Yes, okay.
She was there.
She battled on, man. She had dementia, unfortunately, but she battled that out for many years and still had her wits about her right up until death's door, as they say.
Right.
She was absolutely fine. She had a good life. She was she was older. She never.
Dementia's the memory loss.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
like
in the end,
deterioration
she
of the
forgot how
brain.
to breathe.
Oh,
Sad,
that
innit?
is sad.
I never knew it could get to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she used to chuff about 20 billion fags a day, and she forgot she smoked. After all these years of smoking, the only thing that
Made her
helped her
quit.
stop
It was that
was
she
that she
forgot.
forgot she even smoked.
Imagine
You
that.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey,
Mad,
wow.
innit?
Hey, God has a sense of humor, bro.
He does.
Honestly,
indeed.
yes.
Amen.
Honestly, if you can see
Amen.
it, boy.
It was even that she was going to burn down the house because she forgot it's in the ashtray.
Exactly.
So God said,
Exactly.
you know what,
That's
let me
also
just
true.
let
Let
her
me just forget. Yeah, let me let you forget
me
that
just-
one.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So it's you, your sister, and your
My
mum.
Yeah.
And when was music ever a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Music was part of me more than I realized.
Mm-hmm.
When growing up, the tape recorder, you press play and record.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that's how you record, right?
Yeah.
So I used to be doing that with tapes, putting rolled up bits of paper in the tape so you can tape on them. Remember you used to
Rolled
do
up
that?
bits of
So the
paper.
cassette had 2 little holes at the end.
Yeah.
If you put something in the little holes, you can record over
How
whatever's
did
on
you
there.
figure that out?
I don't know.
Oh,
This is
I
what I'm
didn't know
saying,
that.
there was no
I remember like
YouTube.
winding
I
it
don't
back
know.
with a pencil.
I remember
and all that
winding
kind of
it
stuff, but
back.
I
But
don't
that's
think.
because the tape came loose.
Yeah, so you
yeah,
have to put
yeah.
it back
Yeah,
together.
you had to
yeah.
wind
So
the
with
tape back
cassette
in.
tapes, it's got the cassette like that, and it's got the 2 little dials.
Yeah.
That's where the tape is down there. At the top,
Yeah.
there's 2 little holes. If you plug those holes, you can record.
Never.
Didn't know that.
Lit.
That's crazy.
Didn't know that.
Never had to buy all them
A new,
tapes.
yeah, you just
Told you don't
record
like
over
paper
one.
things. This is how you get money. This is how you save people
Yeah.
at home. Do things yourself.
Word.
Yeah.
Crazy. So we found the way, yeah. So I don't know who taught that. Probably my mum. My mum was a little genius. She knew all sorts of tricks. So she, we used to record. And I used to record myself, singing music from the TV, recording myself singing from my mum's reggae tapes, from Michael Jackson or Marvin Gaye or whatever. Whatever it was, I was always recording myself. So I think it was always within me. Also, I went to dance school, Latin ballroom, tap, modern.
Right.
So obviously that sort of artistic music side was in me there.
Yeah.
And I was always doing talent shows, always painfully shy, or thought I was painfully shy until it came to music. So I think it was always there,
Yeah,
Just
outlet
didn't
sort of
really
thing.
think it would ever become anything. It was a bit of a hobby. I think that's how the guys ended up finding that I would be able to sing Oh No Sentimental Things, is that I wanted to do music.
Okay.
Without even knowing, and just always probably was singing around, and they thought, "Oh yeah, Lisa would do it."
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
much of it. For me, it was just a bit of a hobby, bit of just a love,
Wow. Wow.
Cold.
What was the first studio that you went into like? Was it high quality or was it?
No, it's probably behind under a sheet in someone's bedroom. First studio. I know we started to record music with AC Barra. I think that was probably in a house studio. Yeah. The first professional studio was Brixton Dairy in Brixton.
Okay.
Still there now, I think. Yeah.
What did you
Alright.
guys use? Like Fruity Loops in it, or was it?
Fruity Loops.
So was it
That's
what?
cereal.
No.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
No, Fruity
I
Loops.
think Fruit Loops
What's
is
Fruit-
what I'm supposed to say. Fruit
Fruit
Loops.
Loops
I
is
said Fruity
cereal.
Loops. That's
Oh
a
yeah,
cereal,
Fruit Loops.
No,
is-
no. It's
No, wait,
the same
hold on.
thing.
Fruity
same
Loops
thing.
is the
Yeah, they're both. They're
recording
two
thing.
different companies.
I
Is
don't
it?
know.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Fruit Loops then.
Oh.
Fruity
What's
Loops?
Fruit Loops?
Fruity Loops is the
I am so confused.
the
Cereal.
software. It's the software, and then I think Fruit Loops is a
Either
cereal
one.
as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But
The
it is
Loops.
Fruity
I don't
Loops.
know.
He was right.
Yeah,
he was
okay.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you don't know the software
All I
and that.
remember back then, it was like Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, Logic.
Yeah,
has
Logic's
been
been
about
around,
one time. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
been
yeah.
around, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you
what
lot
we
started
did.
high because Fruity Loops was like the.
But
it
that was like
kind of
making
the-
beats.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you can
Recording that,
record.
I'm sure.
I'm not sure, but I know people made beats on Fruity Loops.
Okay, okay.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So, right. So, who approached you to be on Ono then?
Mega and G.
Right.
It was G wanting me to. Mega saying, if she wants to. I don't care. But G was the one that said, like, yeah, let's put Lisa on it. And then, yeah, it just Mega told me what to sing because he had something already. I think it was actually his lyric when I think about it. It was actually Mega Man's.
But
It's
so
just a
there's
little
like a
thing,
reference
just
track of
sentimental
Mega
thing,
singing
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's on the BVs of
that.
me.
We need that.
It's just a little thing, the sentimental things in life. He's underneath me. You'll hear it.
no,
But now you
Right. I got you. I got you. That's true. That's true.
yeah.
When I think about it, that's true.
Yeah,
That's the word.
that's right.
Never seen
Yeah,
the
yeah,
word.
yeah.
Hey, I see. Listen, one of the first albums I had in my life.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
first album
Like-
that
Do you
I
remember what we
remember.
did as well with that? You know what I find quite incredible, and I think, oh my god, I did that. Is that we sung, "Oh, it's Coca-Cola."
Yeah.
We had to try and get it cleared, and they wouldn't let us clear it without giving them the entire proceeds of every part of that record.
Of course.
Really?
Of
So
course.
when we played it out, we could play it, but we couldn't actually sell it like it, so it went blank. It used to be, how's it go?
I know you mean.
Oh, it's Coca-Cola. It used to just go blank and then come back in. Never been told.
Swear.
This child is wicked, you
What
know.
was
That's
the-
the-
I had the one. My
Hey.
favorite song I think was "Broken Silence." I'm sure
Broken Silence Swiss.
the Swiss.
Yeah, I'm sure that was on the
I was
album
so
as
sad.
well,
I
and
was actually in Barcelona recording "In Love" video,
Mm.
so and it was right at the same time that they were doing "Broken Silence." So they had to put a painting of me on the wall because I couldn't.
Oh,
It was such a sick video as well.
Oh, yeah, that song.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just know that.
Hey.
Like I swear, so one of the first albums.
Actually,
I
that
had
when
in
I
my
first
life.
heard it, it
Like-
actually made me cry.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
touching.
It's a beautiful
wasn't
song.
it?
Telling you, So
Yeah.
Solid was like
Crazy.
how being part of So Solid. Did you guys deep how many like black people, black kids, black people you was like inspiring, or was it just like
It's
because
so
you're
weird,
kids
you know.
yourselves?
From my point of view, I can't speak for the boys, but from my point of view, I wasn't a prepared, experienced musician when I went in.
Yeah.
So it was all really overwhelming for me. It was so much success so quickly. And I say so quickly because we done the graft. We were out on the racing, but that to me was success as well.
Yeah.
Like being told to come on stage on a mic in front
Yeah.
of the ravers that I'm raving
Back
with
then,
usually.
listen,
Yeah.
that
that's,
wasn't even.
that's a whole
Yeah.
thing in itself. That's
100.
success in itself for me. And I jumped straight in. Like the boys were already emceeing, doing pirate radio. They were building up themselves and their quality and their experience. I didn't have anything on Ono in the club, on the stage, getting signed.
Bang. Just
Mad.
right
It's like,
Yeah.
like, slow down. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So it was tough. It was tough for me. So when it comes to like recognizing what we were doing, I didn't recognize it until really late.
Yeah.
But by the time I was in my solo career, that's when I realized,
all
oh,
just
shook.
happening.
People are actually dressing like me.
Yeah.
People have got my
That's
hair,
it.
my
That's it.
hairstyle.
Yeah.
People are wearing my boots are sold out. What? It was like
Because you guys were at a
things like that.
time of
You
like
realized.
Nelly and Ludacris, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
there was-
So like everything we're seeing is
Ashanti,
MTV and American style.
Yeah.
And
But
then
we
you
can't
got-
get these jerseys. They're not really
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
it here.
yeah.
But then we see you guys dressing in clothes we can actually go and
Yeah,
buy.
you can actually buy.
Like,
yeah,
we're trying to
We took
keep you
inspiration
guys.
from American artists, but we also tried to have our own twist with bowler
Yeah.
hats, like Meg.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
bowler hats.
yeah. Come on. That's
Romeo was always in a really long Mac. Like
Yeah.
we made it our own twist. I wore boxing boots and jeans outfits, like jean skirts and
Yeah.
jackets and stuff.
Boxing
Do
boots.
you regret any of your decisions?
Oh, all of them.
Because that is mad.
Oh, wow. No, but you know
For
what?
Lonsdale and that.
I tell you what.
What's going on?
I tell you what, yeah. I don't actually regret it because it made what the kids don't have today, and I say, look, I sound like I'm an older like what they don't have today.
Yeah.
What they don't have today is that they don't have that sort of nostalgia to build like a lifestyle. It's so instant.
Like
and it's
this
so,
was the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we had the dogs, the staffs. You remember them? The
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
We had the TTs.
The
We had
TTs.
the bowler
the
hats.
TTs.
You
We
lot
had
should
the
have got to check
velours.
for Audi, man.
Honestly,
'Cause
I wanted
to
one
this
just
day-
because
we
of
used to
that.
do, what we did used to do though, we used to go into Audi, pick our car and pay later, just take the car. They just let us take it. It was
Right,
nuts.
right,
It was
right,
crazy.
right, right,
Like,
right.
It was like, we're probably done for fraud now. You walk in there trying to pay on your debit card for a car that you're going straight to prison. But we used to walk in there in cash and just
TTs.
like, yeah, we want that car. And they'd be like, yeah, take it. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, whatever you want. Like, it's that, we had
Cold.
that sort of like run with.
What video
with
was that
Audi.
one?
Most videos had teachers.
Yeah, almost all
they
of them.
don't know.
But yeah,
you might be thinking of where
With the
we're
white
racing.
and there was a whole like,
and he was on
fire
top of
and all
the
that
lorry type thing.
So yeah, that's they don't know. Yeah,
they don't know, but that was a crazy video. Like at that time,
yeah, it was.
the production of that video is crazy.
Yeah.
The people that are
The
from
movie.
where we're from is mad.
Do you know what's so crazy is that I wasn't even part of that record, and I got to feature in it, and it felt like a film, and I felt so privileged to be part of that, of the every movement. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everything was done to such sorry, excuse me. It was done to such high quality. Like I didn't feel like it was all so surreal, even for me as the artist doing it.
Crazy.
Our videos were ridiculous amount of money.
What kind of budgets was you lots getting?
Okay. I'm gonna show off, because I said this on another podcast. I get very much. I'm gonna show off that my video was actually the most expensive out the entire So Solid collection catalog, and it was, I think it was 250,000.
Crazy.
For the video.
290,000.
Which
For the
video?
video.
For all over.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
But we shot Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Bridge. When I go over that bridge, I'm like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
sick,
like
innit?
today, like you'll see like videos of like kids locking off the A2
Yeah.
to shoot
Yeah.
their video. Like that's
Yeah,
not done.
no,
with-
those
They've
aren't
done it,
planning
yeah,
permission. Those aren't permission.
They're just trying to do it as quick as possible because the race is coming.
You not got planning permission from like
Yeah,
the
we
local
did.
council, like
Yeah.
Tower Hamlets and that. Yeah, we're shooting
Yeah.
a video. Like you're locking off the bridge
We actually
differently.
locked off the entire bridge with lighting. It was like a movie set.
Do you know how
Crazy.
pissed I would have been as a driver back then?
yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
Really? That shit's happening right
Really
now,
though?
bro.
Yeah, because even
But what are you
Swansea
doing?
did Westminister Bridge for Big for Your
Did he?
Boots.
Stormzy.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Lock off the
Shut
bridge.
bridge
Yeah.
down.
Do you know
Ruined
like
my whole day, bro.
that's very
There's very,
crazy.
it's rare now that
Very
these
rare.
things
Yeah.
Very
happen.
rare.
People
Like
just
the
shoot somewhere, but they don't lock something
Yeah.
down per
Do
se.
you know what though? In the same breath, I rate it because they get more creative now. When we
100%.
just had money to do the budget. Well, we didn't have money. It was all getting paid for, and then we had to be all be recouped, didn't it?
Yeah.
But nowadays they have to be more creative because it's saturated with
Yeah, yeah,
amazing artists and videos, and I can only imagine how tough it must be. So to do things like that, it's like, oh, you don't need to, just get creative.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's
Yeah.
nice to see the artistry. It forms around the entire project, not just the music. So
Yeah.
You guys were setting absolute levels at that time. Who was like competition for you guys?
Nobody.
At the time? Nobody.
joking. But no, don't you? Who was competition? I mean, we didn't see anyone from the UK as competition because we was probably the top of it at the time.
It was
right?
very different
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you
was
guys were
different.
singing, rapping,
Yeah, like we had,
very
on the
different.
underground, we had Heartless,
Yeah, of
Pay
course,
As
'cause
You Go,
that's the whole
you know what I mean? So,
garage thing. But
yeah,
you guys
but
weren't just garage.
They didn't have what we had, which was tracks. We had records,
Hits.
we had hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we could go back to back on an MC thing, but on anything else, we had tracks. Like, let's go track for track. They're like,
Yeah.
Like,
If we
Beyonce-
do the verses
you
right
guys
now.
yeah.
You guys won best video for the Brits.
Yeah, we did.
Do you know how
yeah.
mad that is?
That's crazy,
A
isn't
Brit
it?
Award,
Yeah.
2002 or one. It was one of
Oh
them.
man, I'm gonna
back
get it
in the
wrong.
day.
Yeah, it was
I don't know.
2002 or
Back
one.
in the
Yeah,
To
but-
win a Brit Award, I
Damn.
mean, Harry Styles can clear up a Brit Award
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
You won't
yeah.
see a black person win. And they said, you guys from Battersea and Brixton, not even just like the music, they said best video.
Yeah.
So the amount that you guys were investing is crazy.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
obviously, I don't know if it was just Mega. Obviously, Mega's seen as like the brains of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's someone else in there that was, guiding as well.
I feel like everybody contributed to the creativity and artistry of So Solid, and that's what's incredible about it is that it was like a clock. It
Yeah.
needed every cog to contribute. Everyone had their own sort of style about them. Whether it be Face being the vampire, it would be Keish with the white eyes, it was Romeo being slick and sexy, Harvey being hype, like Lisa being the only girl, G with the afro,
Yeah, everyone had
Mega
their
with the
own
bowler
thing.
hat.
Swiss was like the more
Everyone-
conscious one.
conscious one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very
So,
cold.
The So Solid twins that are now around, they're like, you know what I mean? They're back to back, they're twins. Like, it's sick. Everybody had their own contribution to the creativity and the phenomenal span of this.
I wanted
So Solid.
to. I'll be honest. I wanted to be a
legacy,
part
man.
of So Solid.
He did.
You know, like
We
on a
wanted
little
to-
Bow Wow thing. Like,
Of
Yeah.
bring man in,
course.
bruv. Somehow, I don't know why I'm gonna.
So
Someone
with
write
all
my
your
bars.
friends making money, making music, driving TTs. Like, that was like, what?
Yeah.
These guys
wanted
are
to
crazy.
be
Even
part
down
of
to
So
Mac.
Solid.
Mac used to come and he looked like the Tupac, like fuck of the family. Who
Yeah,
can I be?
yeah, word. He had the whole bandana.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's mad.
Everybody had their own element. There wasn't nobody that didn't have their own sort of thing about them that made people like, whoa, and you could buy into it. We used to have like playing cards, like snap cards, you know, like cards, a deck of cards with everyone's face on it and a little bit of information about it. I mean, that was sort of like our Instagram or our Facebook back then, because it had bits of information and there were collectibles, all these things, and every card and every person had something different about them. So it was so interesting to see what it would say about Lisa Maffia or Mega Man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was, I think that's what created and had that lasting memory that's kept us alive nearly 21 years. Oh, it's 21 years already. It's nearly 21 years. It's 21 years.
Wow.
22. Since we really started though, probably about 23 years. But it's a long time and it's still going, and we're still, I mean, myself and Romeo, we are booked every single week without fail for the last 20 years.
Wow.
And any dip that I've ever had, I've made myself busy doing other stuff in business. But it's given us a much needed break because it is that busy still. The nostalgia of garage music in general is one thing, but the pioneer status of So Solid is incredible.
Yeah.
Was you around for that shift of like, you know, jungle to garage?
Yes.
So what was that like? Were the people that were doing jungle music? Like all that, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that stuff is.
I was there.
That's trash. You can never do that today. No, I'm playing. That guy's cold. That guy's cold. What's his name?
General Levy.
He's cold.
I've
seen him do that live. I've seen him do that.
I feel like I can do it like that way.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's sick. And he's still booked every.
Oh yeah, of course. Because that's a
Worldwide as
whole
well.
sound and time. So that what was their response to you guys? Because essentially
The transition, you mean?
right, because we've got like grime. There was one point where it's like garage to grime, and then you have grime to like rap and drill, and then everyone looks at it like, they weren't doing what we're doing. Well, not everyone, but some people are like, nah, this is the enthusiast. This is the this is where it started.
For me, and we didn't only come from the jungle scene. We came from elements of bashment, R&B, hip hop, rap, and jungle. You know what I mean? So I feel like we had. That's why we were so different, is because we had elements of all these different genres for what we grew up. Some of the boys came from real sound systems. So that sort of melting pot of music had created this brand new sound, which was just the So Solid sound. There was nothing quite like it. There was nothing that we could say. We wasn't like the garage scene, even though we was put into that garage scene. I personally think that we were beginning of grime. We were the very beginning of grime. And they put us in that category of garage because there was nothing more, and there was no other category to put us. And we also came up on the garage scene by using darker garage beats to spit over. So for me, it's like they didn't know where to place us. The transition from what we were listening to and where we were raving into going into So Solid, we just created our own sound. So we was our own thing. So, and the grime lot, I've heard quite a few of them say, we feel that So Solid was the beginning of grime. We were just pigeonholed into garage because there was no grime.
There was nothing else to put it.
Displacement even in
no, they
music
brought
is
up
crazy.
urban.
What's that?
Oh, you were urban.
Urban. Oh yeah.
That's it.
When
You
they
got
brought the
urban.
category of urban into all the wall shows, I said, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
It won't get rid of us.
Rough, man.
Urban.
Damn it.
Time will
I
go.
remember them days, man.
What do you call it, garage? What do you call it, urban? Like, you think there's a whole time where man had to say, nah.
Well, that was
had to
actually
define
one of
that.
the first grime tracks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah. What do you call it, garage?
Yeah. Like the
Wiley.
audacity to do what you guys did, even like Wiley, it's mad because you're thinking that's a whole new thing. This is Money Friday, so I want to talk finances.
Yeah.
What was the money like, especially that there's so
So
many
members,
because I know
yeah.
Mega will talk about, we had the mill for this deal, we had so much money. Of course, that doesn't mean that everyone had a mill in their pocket. But what did that look like when it was like, okay, cool. Let's say, for example, you got Sentimental Things.
Yeah.
That's you, that's Romeo, and obviously Mega's a part of it. like, is it like, okay, only you guys get paid for that? Or is it like, all right, cool, Mega's taking that pot of money and dispersed it amongst So Solid? Like, how did the splits work?
You get paid what you work. If you work, you get paid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Same as any job. It's the same thing. You work, you get paid. With Mega Man, he had given me the lyrics to do for sentimental things, so he got his cut. I got my cut for performing. Romeo got his cut for writing. The producer gets his.
Yeah.
That was the very start of So Solid. So it needed to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
The only reason it ended up that we done 21 seconds is because we needed to invite everyone else to make money too. But how many tracks do we got to do?
Yeah, yeah.
Risk of how many tracks they're going to like. How is it going to do as well as Oh No?
Yeah.
Without waiting for all these people that are waiting in line to get some money.
Yeah.
We're all one crew, you know? So we all want to get paid.
Yeah.
So for us, it was about creating a track that everyone could get paid for on. And that's exactly what happened with 21 Seconds. And then from then on in, everyone was split off and done part of the album. Whatever they done on the album, they got their money from that. You can't get paid and you ain't done no work, you know?
Yeah.
So there was room for everyone to, because we were So Solid, it's all of us. So there's room for everyone to have their shot at producing a good track, laying a good vocal. You know what I mean? Like there was chances to do these things. So it was about what work you're going to put in, then you're going to get something out. And that's where 21 Seconds was formed. G-Man's realized that having 21 seconds each on 21 Seconds meant that we could make a track with 10 artists on it. So that's how that all happens. So everyone could get their chance to get paid. So they get their royalty, the producer gets theirs, the writer. Yeah.
There's some water here for you as well.
Thank you so much.
Was you ever in boardroom meetings or any kind of meeting that you was privy to of what's actually going on behind the scenes, or was that left to particular people?
Mega Man done that for us. So Mega Man took the role of speaking on behalf of all of us in the crew, because you can't have
You can't have so many voices.
20 man pulling up.
Can you imagine? They'd be like, pull the belly.
They're pressing the panic button. Yeah,
You
go
know
on,
what I
big
mean?
up.
Yeah,
no
they're coming
problem.
now, are they? Yeah, all right. Send the shutters up. Like, yeah, can you imagine? Send the shutters up all the doors. Like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, Mega was the face to represent us all.
Yeah.
And he would go in and receive the information with our management. And he would come back and relay that to us, because even our management were like, hell no, am I sitting down telling everyone the information? You can do it.
Yeah.
So he Mega was our representative, our management in that sense.
Was there ever a time where anybody felt a way about that?
Yeah, cool.
Have to.
Everyone wants an extra pound.
Yeah.
Even me. Like, well, what about mine though? But I swear you paid them lot more than me. Like, why am I getting singled out? Yeah, so there was always them discrepancies. But as we could all see what was happening, everyone was getting more and more popular. Myself and Romeo got solo deals. Ashley got solo deal. So of course we're going to earn a lot more. But myself as well, I included as many people as I could from the crew back onto my album to produce or to write or to do whatever. So everyone got to pay. You know, everyone made some money at some point. And then he done the shows. And back then, there's the thing called, I don't know if you know about music, but there's like 360 deals now where they earn off everything you do. Where back in our days, we had our deal, we had our separate management
for live as
yeah,
well.
everything was separate and it was all ours.
So you just made all the money. Cold.
Yes.
So that's good. I thought it was back then that they were doing 360s.
No, that was more. That's a more recent thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
360 is actually a whole new concept that came
Listen,
about.
I saw from very early that there was money to be made on my own and a lot more money to be made if I do it myself. So over 18 years ago now, I started my own booking agency, because that's like a massive chunk of my income. Being out there so much, you're going to have a management that take 10%, and you're going to have the office that take 10%, and then you're going to have the tax man that takes this percent. And it's like, okay, I could cut out some of this. And so I opened my own agency and started booking for myself initially.
That's cold.
And then, and then it started opening up to the rest of the industry, the rest of the garage scene. I've even booked for, I say it before, my most proud is H. I booked for him his very first festival on my own festival.
Wicked.
And then I've had Chip and all sorts of people I've booked for, Lethal, all sorts. Yeah.
Nice. So like with So Solid, was that a label or was that just the name of the group? So was like, how do I want to explain it? Was it essentially, yeah, was So Solid
Was it a
the
label as well?
label?
No,
as
we
well?
had our own in-house publishing, and we also had we were the label because we collected as a whole. So we were the business first, but then we distributed out to whoever done what they did. So as essentially, yes, we were a label almost. Yeah, we were a label as well.
Cool.
Cool. So what does that first check look like when it was?
Zero.
Yeah.
Empty.
What did that first check look like for Oh No?
Oh no, I didn't make a penny. I made more money off of going solo and 21 Seconds. Oh no, I didn't make anything because, as I said, the lyrics were actually from
Mega.
Not only Mega, but Mega. It's actually a what's that music called again? It's like and Beyonce's just done it. What's it called again? Country. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's a
okay.
country and western lyric. It's just the little things. the
Oh,
sentimental things.
right. So
okay.
the samples, all that
Old
kind of stuff.
school.
Right.
I'm gonna send it to you guys so you can hear
Yeah.
it. Sounds mad. So that is actually somebody else's lyric. So that had to be paid out for.
Right.
I wasn't the writer. I was only a performer.
Yeah.
So I think I got a small percentage of performing, right? But that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Performance is not really
Yeah.
where the money's at.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we
The
sold.
writing
We used
and all
to.
that
So you got to remember as well. Oh No was essentially created on the underground. So we sold that on white label.
Right.
And white label was just a white sleeve 12-inch record with no name, no nothing on it, and you sell it. You sell it to DJ, sell it out. Me and G got a backfiring little white van from auction, and we used to drive around selling it outside the record shop. 'Cause we didn't wanna pay
Crazy.
them in the record shop. Yeah, so we was like, that's how it built up, and a lot of people knew it because we was in the rave scene, promoting. So that essentially was. We had to cut that record. We had to record that record. All that I needed, whoever paid for that, I don't even know who actually paid for that. It was probably Mega and G.
Yeah.
They actually paid out for it, so they would have took back their money.
Yeah, of
So
course.
it's like
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
innit? It's
Makes
like,
sense.
This
Yeah.
was the beginning of something so incredible, you know?
Yeah.
So Solid got signed by Relentless Records. I didn't see any of that. I think I got small checks here and there. It was like chump change compared to what we were actually making by the time we got to 21 Seconds.
Right.
And that's when I saw my first
That's when you saw your first check. And what was that check like then?
That check was all right. It was all right. I mean, any money was good money.
Of
then.
course.
I was in college studying. I was working in an
Mad,
offer
isn't it?
license.
They were young.
Yeah.
How old was you?
When I started, 19.
Wow. You was in
18,
college at
19?
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, you was.
So you were destined for the roads.
19 in college.
Because I did, you know what? I had a baby at 17.
Right, here we go. Cool.
I had a baby at 17. And I was my mum, you know?
Yeah, so you went back to college then after you had the child, right?
I went straight from school to college, but I had a baby.
Yeah.
17, had a baby. Went back into college at 19, obviously trying to fix life.
Of course, yeah.
Worked 2 jobs and went to singing school and went to college and had a
Smashed it.
baby.
In the offie as well.
I was in an offer license on Loughborough Estate.
Swear.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you have to give a CV or was
no,
it just like,
no,
let me
it's
work
cash in
here,
hand.
please? No, but I mean, like, you
Cash
see, like,
in hand,
for,
no CV,
for
just
applying,
come.
it's just, let me just work
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
And
Community.
the reason I took that job is because I could not part from my child, and I used to bring her to work with me every day.
Oh, that's nice.
I used to do that. I used to do a cleaning job, and I used to go to college. Yeah.
Damn.
So I was trying to fix life, you know.
That
So
whole
you always
era,
been
like,
the
you guys need to
hardworking.
work.
Yeah.
I need to make money.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I was never short of a way to make money. I always used to find a way, whether it be doing phone books handing out, or doing some office work at home, or doing, you know what I mean? There was always something. you
Yeah,
could get.
yeah,
I was a grafter. I foolishly, but so gladly had a child at 17, and I had to fix life. I wasn't going to have her in a council flat for the rest of our lives. No, it wasn't going to happen.
Work it out.
That's cold.
Motivation.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Sorry, go on.
Going international with So Solid, tours.
Yeah.
How did those come about? How did those work? Trouble abroad.
Yeah. So back then it's funny because you used to be a support act for a bigger act. So we went on tour with Drama and Ashanti. We done the whole of Europe. We done the Christine Aguilera tour.
Yeah.
And we done the what's his name?
That is
What's his
mad.
name?
Bro, you had them on the album, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What's his
Ja
name?
Rule and Christina Aguilera on the album. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's the name? What's the name?
Who?
What's his name? Slim Shady. What's his name?
Oh, Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem. Why did I forget that? I'm getting old.
You told them?
Yeah, we told him. I didn't get to because I was actually sick at the time. Unfortunately, I had an ectopic pregnancy, so I ended up in hospitals. But the boys went on that tour.
Yeah.
But those were what we did. We used to pay the artists to be the support act.
Really?
But we were so big doing Christina Aguilera tour. When we used to go out there, it was like it was our concert.
Yeah, of
it
course.
was nuts. Yeah. So and that's I think also how you built yourself back then because there wasn't many other avenues to do it.
You have to
had
be
to
out
when
there.
you're
You have
new.
to get.
To
Get
be
me?
the support
So
act.
yeah, you
That's
pay to
crazy.
be the support act, so you go on tour
Which
with
makes
them.
sense, yeah.
So you take that slot, their fan base, they're paying out for all them lights, the
Yeah,
screens, all that.
of course. Yeah.
All you're doing is paying a little like 10, 20 grand and you're on it as the support act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Was
toured
there
the whole
ever a
of
point
Europe with
where
them.
So Solid were getting in trouble in the streets where it looked
Yeah.
like we might not make it as a group?
To be honest, I personally didn't think of it that way back then because it was what we came from.
Yeah,
We
okay.
were living in that environment. So
So it
it
could
was
only
nothing
enhance.
new. It was nothing new having, a brush with death or a brush with robbery or a brush with fights and gang culture because we were living in it. I was still living in Brixton area and that right up all the way up until
Because
my
press was
solo
very
tour.
different. You'd have to check it on the newspaper, innit, or something.
South
did
London
you
Press. and
yeah,
The
like,
Voice.
did you ever see yourselves in the newspaper and it was a
Yeah,
negative? Like, what were
there was
negative
one
stories,
story.
like?
There was one story, and it was heartbreaking for my nana because she saw it and she was like, "Is Lisa dead? Is Lisa dead?" Because the front page was me in my 21 seconds with my hair blowing, and then the headliner says, "Death at," or something like that. So something to do with death, something to do with gang culture, something to do with shooting, something to do shooting at So Solid event or something like that. But it was nothing to do with us. They were just saying that So Solid were playing at a
We're
club.
performing. Yeah.
They love
But this
that.
time it looked like
Yeah.
Lisa was dead.
They
Like,
love that now, but
Yeah.
before they actually printed that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They love
Crazy.
So yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, you did used to see it. But my management always used to say, "Is it a good picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Good press then."
Good
Because
press,
it was
man. That's
happening
it. Yeah.
anyway. There was nothing we could really do to stop that.
We don't think of it like, see cancel culture now. You see your face, you're like, sometimes you're like, why do you use that one? You know, like that.
And it's so much easier on the net now. You can just click like
grab
Lisa
it.
Maffia worst picture. Boom.
Yeah.
They could only
Like,
grab
like-
your joint of TV. Like, all makeup's done and everything.
Yeah,
Like.
exactly.
Sitting on this side of the fence sometimes, like, some of the things you think is like, why'd they use that one? If they asked me, I would have sent them.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's so true.
so I want to get into like the business side now as well. Like, so like, was the booking agency thing like your first thing outside of like, well, not outside of music because
Yeah.
it's still music, but was that the first business you started?
Yes, I took a dip in my career. As I said, I've always worked every weekend, and it was going quiet with all the So Solid being banned from playing out, from the dip in the gang culture surrounded around garage music in general. Just took a dip, so I was getting like 2 a week, not 3 a week, and then the money was going down because it was more risk. So I was like, hell no, I'm not doing this. Like I can't. I've got a child. I've got a life. I've already painted my picture. This is not what I'm doing. So I decided to open my own agency for that reason, and I started off by pretending I was my own agent. I was collecting numbers. I was saying, "Yo, Lisa's available for this." Crazy. So yeah, I started out I started my own agency, and I used to pretend I was my own agent because it was a way to obviously liaise with clients and not getting any trouble or argument, and it's also quite embarrassing sort of fighting for your own money.
Right, I get
Like
you.
I
Yeah,
want more, but it's me. Like
Yeah.
so, I used to pretend I was my own agent for a while, contacting people, collecting numbers from different events I was going to, knowing people that were in the industry anyway, and getting promoters' numbers from that, and just phoning around and just constantly badgering like. Yeah, Lisa's available. This is what she does. Sending them, you know what I mean? Sending them a little like breakdown of what the mashup of the tracks I will play, blah, blah, blah. And then it just sort of got bigger. Too big for me to handle. So I took on a young lady, Selena. I took on another girl, Kelly, my sister. So I just kind of like navigated myself into that industry just because I took a dip. And that was like, oh no, I can actually make this a business. I didn't really think about business in any form because I had money. So
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
My deal was 350K, my first record deal. And I had all the So Solid money and the royalties and the publishing and all the rest of it. So I had quite a lot of money for such a young girl.
Yeah.
And didn't really think about it. But when I did that, it's because it took a dip and I was like, okay, so now I'm using my own money. No, I ain't doing this. What do you mean I'm not using my own money? My own money? Do you know what I mean?
250K for a video?
Yeah.
Fuck that, bro. Nah. Hey, let's go laugh, bro.
Yeah. We'll shoot on the block.
I got camcorder. I got lights. I got torch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was like...
Them joints with the button on the back.
Strobe light. On and off.
That shit, remember the Nokia, the teardrop thing?
Yeah.
That's all pausing it and going through the wall.
You've been making shit this way. You say bang, it's gone.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's either that or go and start earning your own money.
Yeah.
So I just started like collecting data. It started actually working. I got some help. Started growing it onto the other people in the UK garage industry, and then just sort of expanding as and when, like if somebody asked for somebody, I'd try and get them. Obviously I'm in the industry, so it was quite convenient that I could actually talk to people because they know who I am. So it was, it just sort of spiraled from that. But yeah, that was my very first business and I'm so proud of it. I called it UC Bookings. It's still called UC Bookings, and UC means undercover bookings, because I wanted to be undercover.
Every time she did a deal, she's thinking, you don't even know.
You know, even
This is Lisa Maffia.
Yeah, but you know, you sometimes you actually sign off with your own. You ain't got the undo.
Exactly that.
Click that, drop that.
Exactly that. Like,
That is joke.
shit.
A little Easter egg undercover.
Yeah. So it was just called UC Bookings, UC Agents at first, and then UC Bookings now. And I just I did that because I had to.
Yeah.
It was
life.
It was more than business. It was life.
You don't deep.
Life was
at
life.
What age? What, 22, 23? That.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. We gotta live till 70.
Yeah.
It's just 35.
Not gonna last.
It's not gonna last.
Yeah.
I need this TT, these holidays.
I mean, I did do some dumb shit with my money, like have too many cars and not get a mortgage quick enough or not invest enough at the time.
You could have bought hella houses.
I did. I mean, I did.
Yeah.
I was clever. I was lucky to be clever enough. But I could have been even.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's because I never came from a world that had that education within anything to do with the betterment of life. I didn't have like rich family, and I had my uncle that just don't even talk to us. Like, he's too busy for us. He's got a driving school. He had a flower store back in the day, but he wasn't like educating us as the youngers, you know what I mean? And then we ended up with management that didn't really come from our background, so didn't really understand that we needed to invest. In their heads, oh, your mum and dad must have a mortgage. Like, well, I don't even have a dad, and my mum definitely don't have a mortgage. Do you know what I mean?
Plus, I just tried to run him over.
Yeah, well, he was nearly died. So, you know.
Crazy.
Might be dead now. I haven't got a clue. So it's like it's that sort of thing that we didn't have that guidance. So when you think about how much more money you can have now,
Yeah.
And especially what the money was worth then, which is crazy. Because 250 bags back then is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so mad because
my first house was 250 grand.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Shack.
In Forest Hill.
Yeah, that's
you imagine?
impossible now.
Can you
That's
imagine
impossible
that?
now. You couldn't get a studio for that.
Do you know what I mean?
Thing, it's
You won't even
peak.
get a window. It's just the kitchen and the bed. Just right in the same joint. Wash your hands, man.
Because I was thinking of, I saw one meme the other day. Not even a meme. There was a picture of a guy, and it was a YouTube video he made saying, please just buy one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it was like some dusty YouTube video
Years ago,
from
innit? I've
years
seen
ago.
that joint, yeah.
And then the next thing is a picture of him on a yacht saying, I'm on a yacht with my friends today.
Yeah.
It's like,
I told you.
somebody said, he
told
made
you.
it.
You know, I literally remember being in like college and the man then were talking about Bitcoin. I remember it.
It
And
sounded
then-
mad, didn't it? As well, like, what
yeah.
the hell are you talking about?
The things
man?
are new.
That's a scam. That is a scam.
Yeah.
That is a scam. Don't
That's,
do
like,
that.
that's how all business sounds like
Yeah.
when you don't
Anything
know.
new
Like,
is
you
always
just
gonna
think,
sound like
yeah,
scam.
so then, what do
I
you mean?
wish I had that. Like, I wish I went business school and uni and done all that. Like, I didn't have that, and I
But do you
wish
know what?
now.
I don't, sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
So rude.
My apologies.
No, but it's just like I wish I had it because it would have excelled business so much sooner.
I don't necessarily think that you needed, let's say, uni or school to do that. Even if you was just talking to Mega a bit more.
Yeah.
Because he's up on business. And he
Yeah.
was even like, oh, my family had business, so I've always been up. Do you know what I mean? Not
thing
to
is
say...
network.
What do you mean?
Network, you know, like kids that go to private school
Yeah.
are in private school with kids. I saw a video the other day of a kid ordering a Porsche in his lecture.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of kid
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
How?
But this is the thing. It's not about the education that it can give you. It's the surroundings and
Yeah.
the people
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
knowledge.
yeah.
As you said, talking to Mega on one thing might have worked. Talking to somebody from uni might
Yeah.
have worked. Someone for... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real life situations.
Yeah.
Me, I don't feel like anything black and white can teach you anything. You need real life situations. People
No,
have actually lived
100%.
and breathed a certain situation. So for me, it's not about the educational side, but it's the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's the knowledge that you
Yeah.
can grasp from these things, not to be taught one thing in particular. Do you know what I mean?
But what I like is you've had like So Solid has become like an amazing stepping stone for you in the sense that you was able to start UC age bookings. And then you've also mentioned before we started recording interior design.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
House of Mafia originally started out. It was my second business.
Your name is cold, man.
I didn't know it was your name.
Honestly.
House of Mafia. House of Mafia initially, I've always wanted to give back to the industry that I come from, the music industry. I used to wear a lot of upcoming brands, clothing brands, and they was just never used to get the love. Like I used to wear it, be seen once, and then there's no social media back then. So where does it go? Don't go in the newspaper because they won't print it because they're not known. So I never ever got to really. They never actually got to get the shine I thought they deserved. So I opened House of Mafia, which was an online, the very first online shop for upcoming brands. And I think that's when MySpace was around. And WordPress, WordPress.
Yeah.
Do a
WordPress.
WordPress on your business. And I ended up dressing a few people for the Mobos, like celebrities for the Mobos, doing all these different things. And it was to sort of expose upcoming brands. And I loved it. I thought it was great. It was doing well. I had 3 year deep in it and it was doing all right. You know, it was my sort of first business out of my comfort zone because doing the agency was a breeze because I was already in it. I was actually part of the industry I was trying to get money from and sell to. But doing fashion, as much as I wore clothes, I didn't understand the industry. But it was a good curve to learn and open myself up to new people. And I recruited, back then interns were free. You just paid their travel. Paid their lunch. Interns working for fashion school. Like,
Them time their buses were like 40p as well.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
weren't no meal deal. You could get everything for less
it's
than
like
£3.
£5 a day to have them on your books, like to work for you. So it was good because I used to have loads of them working with me, and they were all creative. They're all
I'm not
learning
mad.
in.
I'm not mad at it being that.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like I
life
get
was
now.
more affordable.
No,
everybody
but it was
deserves
also
to get
cheaper
paid.
as well. Like
No, but for me, it's like it gave
Yeah,
them
that's
real
true.
life solutions to add to their what they were already learning.
Yeah.
They needed real life. So I used to take them fashion shows because I had contacts and I was doing things with the brand, with House of Mafia. There was loads of these designers that needed things done for them. They had to, do presentations and also, and my intern team that was learning the business, they were being taught one thing, but to actually be active, they needed positions like that to finish their degree.
Yeah.
So it was good for them.
Yeah.
Like we went London Fashion Week. We used to do pop-up shows. I had it was the Sex in the City on cinema. I done all Cineworld fashion. I'd done a catwalk in All Cinema Worlds with them.
Oh, wow.
So they had to put on the whole show. They had a catwalk. I had all my designers walk down the runway. It was wicked. Like
Nice.
it was wicked. I did do really exciting things for them, and to add to what they were trying to already learn anyway. So it was good. My £5 was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that for the experience.
So, but then my mum unfortunately got terminal cancer.
Right.
She's still here. She's still here. It's all
So,
big.
right.
13 years later, she's still here. She's like, she's good. She's a trooper. Been told 4 times that she would die within 3 months or a couple of weeks. So she's still here. She's like, nah, cancer. Don't think so, bruv. Oh, Mafia,
Yeah.
Trust me, we got this. So yeah, she's still clocking. Her mummy's all right. She's good. She's come through another bout of chemo recently. Unfortunately, it's come back. It's quite aggressive, but she's good. She's good and on the mend. But I shut down House of Mafia in that time.
Right.
My mum got cancer, just couldn't concentrate until it happens to you. You hear about cancer all the time. Until it actually happens to you, you don't realize how daunting it is and how scary it is, because you think the worst, obviously, it's the big C.
Yeah.
So I spent a year with mum taking her to hospital every day and going through chemo and radiotherapy, and then came out the other side and was like, didn't even think about it. A lot of people, I was getting untold emails like, well, are you coming back? What are you going to do? And is there anything else that we can help? Can we run the business without you? I'm like, oh, hell no. I like to be involved in my businesses through and through, you know? So
looking back, would you have let them do it though?
Yeah, I should. I wish I did, because it probably would have been something different.
But
I'm glad, because not only did I come back and change the face of House of Mafia, but I also put it down to a great experience. I always feel that God sends you things at the right time, and He only sends you what you can cope with and what is a lesson to you. For me, I know God has me in His hands all the way. I never doubt God and His journey He's planned out for me. And I know that having that experience has helped me in business in general, and it helped me focus on my mum and helped me enjoy that time between music and doing what I've done for so many years. It gave me that break from it, which I probably needed to fall back in love with music.
Right.
And then when I reopened, I just couldn't face bringing it back as it was, because it sort of had this attachment to my mum's cancer. Don't know why.
Got you.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just your mental state. So I decided not to open it as a clothing brand. I opened it as an interior design company.
Right.
And I did because at the time, I had loads of different friends in the property development industry, just friends. And they always just used to be like, I used to like doing houses. I just like house. I like home, you know. And they said, one of my friends said to me, "You want to have a go? Like just doing this place up for sale?" And I was like, "Oh, is it? Yeah, all right then, cool." Always up for whatever. Done it. It was successful. Off the back of that, his friend asked me to do his. Done it. It was successful. I was like, okay, this is a business. This is a business. And
That's
then
crazy.
obviously I come with all the cancer stuff with my mum. House of Mafia was there. House of Mafia, house. It's a house in interior. You know what? That's
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason. God,
Like point clock.
House of Mafia. So I reopened as House of Mafia, and that's transpired to be quite a lucrative, good, fun business. My side job, I allow a lot of people, as I didn't with the original House of Mafia, I didn't allow anyone else to run the business. I allow my interior designers on my team to run with work. Projects and stuff,
Got you. Who have you?
So I've done Barrett Homes, I've done independent developers, lots and lots of independent developers. Worked with loads of estate agencies, doing re-renting. So once one tenant comes out, we refresh it all and get it back up on the market. We're now working in Dubai.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoy
That's
it.
cold.
It's like one of them. It's one of the businesses that I just enjoy, and I'm not always involved. But when I see one of my projects that one of the guys done, I'm like,
That was
nice.
that's lit.
Yeah.
And one day I'm gonna be old.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna be more focused on it. One day I've always got that business to go to, and it excites me to think, you know, when I'm like 65 and I don't want to be Madonna in my leotard or my
Yeah,
catsuit. I might just go and do a little bit of interior.
You know?
Because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's artistic. That creativity flair needs to be fed in me.
Yeah.
And I think that's my older career. Aside from, I've got a degree, a nursing degree. I started it, didn't finish it. Started it, didn't finish it. So I think one day I'm going to finish that as well, because I'd love to go into my later years with that behind me as well. Because I've always wanted to, watching my mum go through cancer so many years, I've always wanted to open something to do with a cancer unit of some set or some sort of setting, because I sitting in those hospitals under them awful electric lights day after day with my mum for so many years, it's so draining. I want to have a lit cancer ward where you come and get your chemo, but it's gonna be lit. Like, let's lift you. Let's make this a good experience. Don't worry, you're gonna, and I do believe.
Your hair is like daunting.
It's
even
daunting
when they drop
because
the
it's
news,
so dry and it's dead. Like my mum's own, I believe my mum, one, has come through because of God's mercy, but I also believe it's because my mum has always had a positive outset. She don't believe she's going nowhere, and she believes that it's out of her hands. God has got you, doctors have got you, and yourself, your way you think is either going to kill you or it's going to bring you up.
Because even like Uber, you get the option to like, do you want your driver to talk to you, or do you want him to just call off in the front? Like, how do you want your chemo?
To affect
you. Do you want music or do you want silence?
Amen.
Like,
exactly that.
One's just on one ward together, just like,
everyone's sitting there, but honestly, when I walk on the wards, I'll be like, anyone want a cup of tea? Who wants a paper? Right, what are we doing instead? Brighten it up a bit. And my mum will be there laughing and just like nodding, like, go on, Lise. Like, you're making everyone feel better, because it's naturally within me to not see that sadness, because I am such an emotional person that it will affect my day. I don't want to walk out of here feeling like, oh my God, that's just mad. I don't want to think about my mum going. Sorry, that makes me overwhelmed, but I don't want to think about that shit. I want to think about having, sorry, I don't want to think about that. So going into those, oh my days, Lisa, get yourself together.
You want a cup of tea?
Girl, there's my tea here. So I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about, and I don't want anyone else to feel like that, man.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. These cancer's out there. You're unfortunate to get it. You're lucky not to. You can be all right. You just have to have that mindset, and that's what's 100%. Important,
Yeah.
Jeez, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, life will throw some things at you, man. You just have to be prepared and mentally strong when life throws it at you. Like you said, God won't give you anything you can't really handle.
Exactly. This is a lesson for all of us.
Yeah, word. I think we go on to the
I have
rum.
other businesses.
Yeah.
No, I have
I wanted to talk about Margate.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on there?
So in the pandemic, I'll tell you about Lyrical in a minute as well. I'll tell you about Lyrical. But I went at the beginning of the pandemic. Actually, I can tell you now. At the beginning of the pandemic, I had been on stage for, what was that, 2019, 20?
Yeah, 2020.
So I'd been on stage maybe 16 years, yeah? Why is the pandemic doing that though? What does this even mean? So what does this mean? That I'm not, and entertainment was the most affected.
Yeah, of course. You can't go outside.
They don't keep phoning me about these stupid online
YouTube
rubbish
live
bullshit.
What was that YouTube
guys,
live category award thing that they did online on YouTube?
They did them on
few. I think they did the
GRM
Brits.
did it online
They
as
did the
well.
Brits. They did the GRM.
Yes.
They even did wireless.
I done wireless. That was the only one I think that was good. It was at Alexandra Palace. But it was daunting. Like, it's like, why are we here on our own? We're just performing and you're pretending. Like, why? There's no one here. Shit.
Everybody's screaming.
Just cameramen. Are you enjoying this?
They're all the way down there, though, because they've got masks on and they've got pretend cameras plotted up on the walls like CCTV. It's bullshit.
Oh, man.
It was bullshit and it was driving me mad. So I decided to pack up and go and open a shop in Margate.
Yeah.
I needed that. London was doing my head in because no one, it was like bloody 24 hours later, apocalypse. Yeah, there was no one there. And it's sort of like more city, isn't it? I need that space. So I got a little place right on the sea, out of my windows was the sea. So I woke up to that every morning, walked on the beach every morning. It's lit, and decided to open a shop there because I have a concierge service with already a business partner, Hot Loop. And we had like yachts and villas in Marbella, Spain, and Marbella, Ibiza, and Dubai. And I decided to, he was already down there, living down there. And there was a unit underneath his flat. And I said, come we do something. He said it to me, come we do something. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down. I'm down. So we gutted the shop. It was almost finished, and I was up and down the 77 miles, up and down the motorway, up and down the road. And I said, this is bullshit.
It's too much.
It's costing so much money up and down. So I got a little place right on the sea and decided to stay there until the business was up and running. I opened as a salon. But I was kind of cringed out by a salon. Why? I'm not a girl. I'm a boy girl, right? And I'm still like that. Like, I put my hair back still. Like, I don't care. Like, I just about put lashes on and a bit of lip gloss. Like, I'm like, oh, this bullshit. Like, this is rubbish. So I just couldn't get into it. And I also felt guilty for contributing to what is wrong with the kids today and these little girls thinking that you have to look a certain way. I felt like I was contributing to there was kids coming in, like 14 plus with their mums asking for lashes, threading, like eyebrow threading and tinting and nails. And I'm like, I feel mad. This is mad. You need to grow up first. Like, where's your Pampers? Like, why are we doing this? Like, go and drink some milk. So it's like, oat milk though. But, you know, like when you think like this is long, like I'm actually being a person contributing to that of this thing like that where they think I'm profiting from that, and it felt uncomfortable. So I decided to turn it into an academy to train girls or guys to do holistic treatments like massage and facials and natural things, man. Natural stuff. Let's get natural.
Got you.
Yeah, so I've done that, and then it sort of run itself. So I thought, bye. Went back to London. But in the midst of the pandemic, I also created, which is still live right now, it's called Lyrical UK. It's a hub for the house and garage scene and others. Fat Man Scoops on it as well. But they do shout outs for birthdays, for small businesses. They do birthday shout outs. They do congratulations shout outs. They also sell their merchandise on there. They do business setups. So like if you want to have an event for your business, corporate events and stuff like that, I will send them down, do staging. I do everything for them on there.
Wicked.
So that's Lyrical UK,
Okay.
So that created in the pandemic as well. Boredom. Boredom made me do it.
Hella businesses were created in the pandemic.
They were, Online was obviously the way forward, and where there was so many people contacting me saying, "Oh, we were supposed to be at this event, but the pandemic's. Oh, can you do me a birthday shout out?" I'm like, "Girl, you can pay me." That is a job.
For sure.
Instead of actually doing it, I made Lyrical UK, so that was the platform to actually do that from. That's very cool. And dub plates as well. It does dub plates. So talking about General Levy, he gets bare dub plates from bare people. Like so many DJs still want his incredible,
it's like a drop,
incredible.
Right?
With their DJ name on
cold.
Drop.
That's cold. So talk to us about the rum though.
Final business. Well, I say final. There will probably be some.
Latest. Of course there will. This is the latest.
So 5 years ago, I was asked to get involved in a distillery, and I said, nah, not for me. But they said, why don't you make your own rum or your own drink? And I was like, oh my days. For real though, because I'm in a club most weekends drinking all these other people's drinks that I don't enjoy. Don't even like the taste of your drink. I'm drinking it because it's the one.
It might not even be their drink. It could be just bottled Ciroc, but it's vodka.
You never know.
No vodka.
We've been there.
That is
been
so
there.
true.
Trust me, you've had it. You didn't know. But you've had it. Trust me.
So extra like. What is that? What is that? Why are you doing that to my drink?
Yeah, why is it burning?
What the hell?
It's saying 13 times distilled. It's burning my throat.
Why? What's happening? So for me, it was a no-brainer. So I waited 5 long years for my rum to brew, in sense, distill, and created it with flavors from what I've sort of experienced, like being from South London, being Italian, Jamaican, Ghanaian, Polish.
You'll find out next week as well.
Yeah, we'll see next week. I'll come back. Maybe we can put it on the screen beside me.
Yeah.
What she actually is. Yeah, bring me that. That's funny. That's funny shit. So yeah, no, I waited a long time to create my own drink because I'm just like, I want to taste what I want to taste. And you're drinking it, guys. What do you actually?
No, it's good.
No,
it's
lovely.
good.
Lovely, very sweet.
I've
been sipping on it
Yeah.
like
Smooth,
straight
right?
as well. Yeah, very sweet.
And it's
There's
Yeah,
a little bit
cheers
left.
to
I was waiting to
business
talk
and-
about it before I down it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good taste. It's smooth. It's a premium brand, and it's what I wanted to drink.
Yeah.
I wanted to drink what I wanted to drink. It's also one of those things, yeah, you know, I've got this sort of habit of, you can't do that. You know, like, it's that thing you sort of, people think that you can't do it. So I'm like, all right, watch. And it's sort of like, I want to prove and I want to show, I want to inspire other women, especially, you can.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. I'm in a male-dominated industry. I've gone into another male-dominated industry. I've always done it. You can, if you want to. You just got to put your mind to it and be sure and be happy doing it. And none of my businesses don't make me happy. Not one of them don't make me happy. I feel so happy working on things with every business I do. I've got multiple events as well. I have the House and Garage Boat Party, the UK Garage Brunch. All of these things are things that make me happy. I've created events that I can actually go, if I don't ever work again and I only have to do my own events, they're going to make me happy.
Yeah.
They make me so happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New World Festival, Shard Fest back in the day. I had a festival called Shard Fest. All these things made me happy. So I just want to inspire. And the rum for me brings people together. Drinking brings people together. Sorry, my nose is all, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut. Where I was going to get in tearful.
Yeah.
My nose has started to run.
Do we have
I'm so
proper,
sorry.
not the
Thank
blue
you.
stuff?
I'm so
That's
sorry.
rough.
No, don't get you lot go get some proper tissue, not the tracing paper from school. Do you remember tracing paper tissue in school?
Oh no.
Ow.
Oh no.
Ow.
I think so. A little Kleenex somewhere.
I'll be alright. I think I probably got some in my bag. Oh no, I'm alright. I'll be good. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's why I just give. I don't want it to go in my mouth.
We'll get that from the shop.
It's alright. It's okay.
Nasal tissue.
Yeah.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
Every time this happens, we end up getting something better for the
like
studio.
straws, innit?
Yeah, we got straws
told
and
you.
that.
Yeah, in case you got a drink and you want lipstick, all that kind of stuff.
Bless
Yeah.
you. So where was we?
So how? So you had to Brit fight. Who did you like get in contact with to create your own rum?
They got in contact with me, you know.
Okay.
I'm so. You know what? I think where I bob around the industry being nice to people, people remember you.
I was gonna say that, like, just even off camera beforehand, just like, she's cool, like.
alright.
And now, like, when
Yeah.
you speak to you, it's like I can see how you end up just
Yes.
being like, yeah, man, let's bring
I was
Lisa.
gonna
Like,
say, I'm
like,
so
yeah.
glad you haven't fallen off.
No.
No word.
Because you know, like, I'm so glad you got into business because music won't run forever. It's impossible.
That's not
you know,
lie. It can run.
No, it can. It can.
Like
it
your
can.
can.
catalogue.
Yeah,
But if
man.
you're still making tracks today,
it's
I'd be
smart.
like, "Yeesh."
Yeah.
I do. I write a lot for people. I
Right,
write
that's
still.
different to like being in
Oh,
front
yeah,
of the
yeah.
camera, you know? Like,
Yeah,
like,
I
like,
mean, I always get tempted to do it, but I'm like,
it
Yeah,
wouldn't be
I
what
have
it
to.
was, innit?
no. Do you know what it is? I've never, out of business in general, I don't see music as my business because one, I wasn't always fully trained, so I'm not an easy writer. I just can't. I can't like go like. Some I see them, I'm like, how do you do that? I have to concentrate. My brain has to concentrate. I have to go in the
10-mark
mountains
question.
and lock myself away a couple of days. To get on track. Like, how do you do that? But at the same time, I enjoy music.
Yeah.
So for me, if the right track came, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'm working with a guy, a producer and writer now called Rex. He's absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't heard him already, please look out for him. His name's Rex. He's absolutely amazing.
REX.
REX. He's
Okay.
amazing. He's amazing. I post him all the time on my page. So have a look out for him. He's incredible. And he has been writing with me, giving me that new Afrobeat kind of flair. And I love the Afrobeat. I'm a DJ as well. So I do DJ Afrobeats. I'm
Oh,
a
wait, you did
piano.
drop something recently. What was the one?
Since you went away, Wagwan.
Was it that one?
Yeah.
And it had an Afrobeat.
Yeah. You speaking like Yoruba on there.
Yoruba, yeah. But again, it was like, did I want to do it? No, but my team wanted me to do it. And I'm like, I'm half out. And it didn't work because of that. If you got to be fully in the shit. You can't be half-stepping if you're going to do something. And music is as much as a business as anything else. So for me, I wait for the right tracks. My last successful track was Bad Girl. And that was brought to me. And that Bad Girl track went number 3 in the dance charts. Because I liked it. Because it was the right track. It came and it was right.
The audience can tell.
Yeah, and the audience can tell. No matter what you're selling, you have to believe.
Yeah, you can see it a mile off when someone not believing something. You can see it. It's in their demeanor.
God don't even be like, what are you doing?
Their body language, everything's just looking like you're not enjoying
you don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
So like, it's good like to see. So Ashley Diaz, he's acting now. Mega Man is still very active and is it who does Black Pound Day? Black Pound Day. All of these businesses. It's so good to like. You guys aren't washed.
I still
it gives us hope.
I know what you mean.
I think that comes from the grafted, the sort of like way we came up. We had to really put some work in. So there's no falling off.
You're not a stranger to
because you guys are the blueprint. So from like 17 to 24, okay, we could do music. Maybe we could stretch it to 34 if we're lucky.
Good.
You know, but if you're Madonna, it's 70. How old is she now?
She can tour forever.
But like even after that, okay, we can. This is why Money Fridays is here. We can do something after we finish with this, or this has run its course. We can get into so many different type of businesses.
I wish I had this business brain back then, though, because even though I started my agency so long ago, it wasn't. I wasn't as business structured as I am now, but that only comes with experience.
Yeah, you have to learn to get savvy.
Try some stuff, man. If you're out there and you're thinking about going into business, try it.
Try
it. As long as you love it, try it. Take a risk, man, and be creative. Because I've come from the time with having no money and having to promote yourself without that money. I still do that now. I ain't paying for shit if I can do it myself. I'm getting up and I'm doing it myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm also not going to pay out just because you say that's gonna work. I'm gonna try and create that entire scenario for free, and then you're gonna manage it, and I'll pay you. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to marketing, I feel like the best effects is the most creative because it's saturated with marketing geniuses out there. If you've got a good idea, there's a way. There's always a way you can create that without a big, massive budget. You can't be tight and not pay for anything. And if you agree to pay someone, pay them. That's some people's best thing. Like lots of people I know around me, they love to make people do stuff and then not pay them. That's rude.
That's crazy.
Where is the rum available? Because you've told us it's actually sold out twice now.
It's sold out. It's sold out again. I can't actually say it because so there's some majors involved now. There's some majors that places that it will be sold. And that's coming very soon. And with the new bottles that come, they will be probably in there.
Right.
So 2 major stores. It will be in major stores. Yeah.
So what's the selling out issue like? Is it just that you can't produce enough quick enough, or
no? It's just run out quicker than we expected. I can produce 30,000 bottles a day in my distillery. But we took it easy because I'm not trying to rush anything. What am I spending for? And I don't even know one's gonna buy it. I'm spending my money until they made the money and make the money. And
we can send some of the money we made. Let's
pay with the money that it made from itself. So I put so much in, and I didn't realize it's gonna go so well. And it's done so well, and it tastes good and it looks good, and people actually are buying into it as a lifestyle brand. So I feel so blessed for it. I'm so thankful for it because it was a project really outside my comfort zone in the sense that I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But it just is when you got something that's quality, I think that's what works in your favor, So I'm glad I took my time, 5 years.
So it took you 5 years to actually
because I had to wait for it to be 5-year aged.
So the first time you tasted it.
So 5 years ago I was like, let's make it. Forgot all about it. It came to last year. It's like, that you're on year, like I did taste it 3 years ago and I was like, that tastes dead. And it's like, it's because it's not mature enough. Right. So let's leave it another 2 years. So I waited the 2 year and then I was like, oh, this tastes nice.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's ready. And then I started to create the bottle. It took me a year to create the bottle, the flavors. I got handpicked spices from the Caribbean.
This is mad
It's
industry,
got vanilla
though.
in there,
Yeah.
orange in there. Like, I really mixed it up to what I really wanted to taste, and I just kept going back. And you took it home, and I was like, "Ew, that tastes dead now. Oh, what happened to my mouth? Like, what's that?" Like, and you just keep tasting it. You got fresh palate the next day. Eat something and then taste it, and do different things. to see what that's gonna taste like. When it's gonna taste. Eat some chicken. Eat some fish. You know what I mean? Do something like to make other people taste it. And then just get it perfect. And I did. After 5 years, I got it perfect. And that's why I was ready now. And it did. When I first released it, I was like, oh my God, what should I change? Like, straight away. Because it's like a designer jacket almost. You know what I mean? Like everything, every part of it, the way it feels, the feeling, the way it looks, the cut, the name, everything's got to be in perfect, because you're competing with steel bottles on. They don't speak for themselves. You've got to speak for them. The bottle speaks for you. That's your voice. You know what I mean? So when it's on the shelf, I'm like, okay, so what other rums are there? What's it gonna look like beside that one? Is it gonna stand taller? Is it gonna shine? Now it does. It's the only black bottle. I think there's only 1 or 2 other rums that are black bottles. So it stands out loads because of that. The crown, the name Mafia, everything stands out for it. So it's becoming its own entity. And I give thanks to anyone that's got it at home. I love you so much. Like, it's not even making me rich yet, but I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it.
What I like about drinks overall these days is not having to get a mixer that works well with it.
Yes.
So we've been drinking it straight. And
I'll be
it's
real. A
easy
spice
sipping.
rum, that's impressive to me.
Is it?
Yeah. Honestly,
Are
because
you
I
ready,
usually
Craig?
like to mix my spice rum, but
Yeah, me
that
too.
one I'm
down.
like,
And this isn't
that's
ideal in terms of like, we ain't even got ice right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
No,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need
You know what I
ice.
mean?
You
So,
don't need anything.
yeah.
So a lot of people think like you're gonna get that burn, like, but that's dirty
what the
alcohol, by the
difference
way.
is.
It's dirty alcohol. Do you know that? That's like mixed up with all these different chemicals. Clean alcohol should not burn the hell out of you. It should be smooth, and do its job.
Do you know what the thing is that these older companies, they're not looking out for quality or best interest of the consumer. They're just like mass production. So now people like yourselves are getting into these industries, or people we spoke to in the past, plant made. They're looking for what's actually good quality. And it's good, not like good for the people, because it is alcohol at the end of the day.
It is alcohol, Obviously, you have to drink responsibly, but clean alcohol is not going to do as much as a dirty alcohol, because it's got loads more chemicals in it. Do you know what I mean? Not saying...
You
know what I mean?
We know, like, we're not going to say, someone should drink this and go for a jog.
We
We understand what it is.
You can enjoy clean
you can
alcohol.
drink and taste it's made with care. It's made with some love in it.
Like that hangover, that comes from the amount of sugar and chemicals that are in alcohol. That will not give you
dehydrates you and them things there. So
but drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. Before we wrap up the show, I want to ask, it's very on the spot. I want you to give the first thing that comes.
Can I leave if I don't like it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Very on the spot. And I do want the first thing that comes to mind. What is your greatest side mission?
Shit.
That you've completed?
Shit.
Do you want to make it deep? Do you want to make it inspirational?
I mean, it's a concoction of more. I think it's myself, you know that? Because I've had to come through quite traumatic things as a kid with like at-home issues. What are they called again? Childhood trauma. I've had that in many forms. And I've had to carve this artist, businesswoman, mother, sister, friend.
I like it.
Out of that.
That's
the
trash
greatest
answer.
side mission?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
It's my
I'm
side
conscious
mission.
that we don't have a lot of time left. But that's
is
the
not
main
a side
mission.
mission.
That
It's
is
the
the main
main
mission.
mission.
That's a main
That's the
mission.
main mission.
Okay, the main mission.
The side mission.
Yeah, your
is
side
like-
is like,
That's my business.
that's amazing.
like,
That's not a
yeah.
side mission.
Is it not a side? Okay.
She
It
said
is for
crafting
me.
an artist. She's
Yeah.
literally talking about her career.
No, because you
Yeah.
could just go through life and be
You're so
basic.
selfish. He's so selfish.
I'm just keeping it a buck.
You know,
Can
like, you
we
could
do-
just
can
go
we
through
do
life
another
and be
episode
like
about him?
regular, like,
So, but how is that? Is that what you meant?
That's what, to me, it's all right, because you could go through life and just
Not
okay,
be.
Yeah, you
be.
kind of just live because
Yeah. You could have just stayed in
being
Costco.
famous, yeah. See, being famous, it puts you on such a pedestal
100%.
that you can make you some arse wipe.
Mm.
Like it can make. Even I felt it like I must be able to get away with that, and I'm like, no, Lisa, louder, because you have to constantly talk to yourself to say this does not make you any better than anyone else. You have to be reminded through God's word. You have to be reminded through your mum. My mum will clap me around the ear.
You just got baptized as well.
I did, yeah.
Shout
I
you out,
did.
man.
Even that, it's like
That's very positive.
it's a journey. I've had a journey even with Christ.